Is there a market, or is it a saturated market? So in this context, could you please describe the entrepreneurial opportunity in international market or in local market for food processing industry?
Yes, we had last 2 years were very bad for us. We had gone through this COVID, but fortunately for people who are into food sector, we have seen growth of almost 500%. And food is a market which will not have any, downfall as such. The key is to have innovation. The key is to have, regular thinking process going on. The market is rising, and 500% growth is a very good growth. Now, COVID was an opportunity for the people who were into food sector. Second opportunity came when it's not a good thing, but the opportunity came, uh, Russia and Ukraine war. This, for the subcontinent people, we are doing export, we are doing really good in that. And this is the time we need to think, analyze, and strengthen our cluster system, so that whatever produce we are growing, that produce could be packed, processed, and a supply chain could be made which is more effective, which we can use to strengthen the food sector as such. Opportunities are great, and we need to keep on adding on things. We cannot always talk about, like Indians, we cannot always talk about selling wheat. We need to work on more efficient ways. Like we have a order India, we are working with few people, and we have a order of buckwheat. Now, buckwheat was generally cultivated in the northern hilly area, and we didn't had the lot which was required, because after Ukraine war, there was no other nation who was able to supply the demand for the European market. Similarly, we have different producers. Now, it's time to think, sit down, especially the youngsters, and start analyzing on the fact that what are the producers which we need to focus. First, growing. Second, selling. The market is huge, potentials are very high, and we are, as a subcontinent, doing really good. As I spoke about Indonesia, Vietnam, they are the largest suppliers of spices. Then Bangladesh itself. Then we have Pakistan, who's into sugar and rice. Then we have other countries as well. China was sending products, but as we all know, the whatever the war is going on, the responsibility lies with us, who are smaller countries but who have really good potential. uh, there are people who are into, whose family person are into agriculture, but they are not into farming. The kids want to do some business, but they don't want to go in for farming. For them, there are allied activities wherein they can involve themselves. They don't have to go in for farming, but then they can be intact with the agriculture field and can do really good.
Thank you. Now, out of box question. That's not from the schedule or not from, just from my curiosity. In Bangladesh, you will find there are many people, though those who were in abroad, maybe as an expatriate worker in the Middle East or in any European country or ASEAN country, but now they have some savings. They return to the country. They would like to do something of their own. They don't want to go there again because they would like to establish a business, a factory, a small factory. But they are just thinking, searching, they are not getting proper information, proper attention. Because there is a misconception that an industry means lots of money, huge amount of money have to be invested, a large number of people has to be engaged, and obviously the machineries, where the machineries are available. So this sort of misconception, as you are involved with this sector, you are inspiring people, you are guiding people, mentoring people. why not you would like to come here in Bangladesh and explore the market and guide this particular segment of people? Yes, you can come to food processing sector. We can give you capital machinery, whatever is needed with cheapest price, and you can start the business. So what's your idea in this regard?
I would love to visit Bangladesh. And yes, there are people who were working abroad who came back and they started their small entrepreneurship journey. Now, I would like to tell them that whatever you are doing, why not to do it collectively? Why, a person could have only 10 lakh rupees as an investment. Another person could have only 5 lakh rupees as an investment. Become a cooperative society, work in that, and see, everybody cannot manufacture. Everybody has got their different skill sets. Now, if all those 10 people are into manufacturing, who's going to take care of the processing? Who's going to take care of the finance? Who's going to take care of the marketing? So, you need to distribute your roles and responsibilities based on your expertise. Now, our government have started certain schemes which are into cluster development, which are they are making FPOs, farmer producer organization, and government is giving huge grants for the people to start their business. But again, just because government is giving you money, you don't have to start something which you are not sure about. So key is learn before investing, before starting any business. Explore the market. Textiles is one, organic food is another thing, agriculture is another thing, food processing is another thing, dehydration is another thing. There are multiple things which a person can do, but do it collaboratively. Then there you could be into a service sector. People who have got good exposure can encourage people to do good. So you can start your own marketing company wherein you can actually help them in trading the produce. You can form cluster of farmers, you can help them in, you can earn as well, and make a link farmer link and marketing linkage company for the farmers, small farmers who are unable to use digital marketing, or who are not that tech savvy. The world has become very small nowadays. See, we both are connecting. You are sitting in Bangladesh, I'm sitting in India, and we are connecting. So it's very easy to connect. Now people who have good exposure can actually take up that responsibility.
Fine, obviously it should be, because one cannot do everything. But without enough liquid or without enough investable money, one cannot establish a giant company. But by forming a cooperative or by establishing a market linkage company, we can easily collect the product from small farmers, from small entrepreneurs, and market it out, link up the product with the proper market. It could be another help to the growers, as well as it could be a way forward for industrialization. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now I would like to know, what are the marketing avenues for food processing? Because you mentioned pickles, you mentioned jam jellies, jackfruit powder, maybe sometimes milk powder. Many sort of processed food are there. The market is not the same. Market segment is not same. So, how would you like to advise people, those who would like to go for food processing industry, and how they can start the marketing, local or domestic market as well?
Food has their own market. If I talk about turmeric, chili, every household has the requirement. But once when you start something which is very different, that if I talk about millets, it is something very different. So the market has to be created. For the people who are new in the business, don't go for such things unless and until you have the money to invest on the marketing. There, a huge domestic demand is there regarding food flours. I mean, there are multiple type of flours: wheat flour, almond flour, uh, millets flour. There are so many types of flour which could be sold. Maida is something which India and other countries are exporting in huge quantity. That is something which you can do. Then making value addition to the product. Now